then the ships, their food, ships, running it down to the
Okay. Do we have the closing ceremony speakers in the house? Do we have the KALRO representative in the house? Dr. Kivuva, are you in the house? Dr. Kivuva, are you in the house? I can see Dr. Kanishas, I can see the president. Do we have the closing ceremony speakers in the house? Do we have the KALRO representative in the house? Dr. Kivuva, are you in the house? Dr. Kivuva, are you in the house? I can see Dr. Kanishas, I can see the president. Okay, could somebody help me reach Dr. Kivuva? I think he's the only one I can't see, so that we can start our session. The closing ceremony speakers in the house. I'm looking for Dr. Kivuva, Willie. Dr. Kivuva, are you in the house? Dr. Kivuva, are you in the house? I can see Dr. Kanishas, I can see the president. Okay, could somebody help me reach Dr. Kivuva? I think he's the only one I can't see, so that we can start our session. The closing ceremony speakers in the house. I'm looking for Dr. Kivuva, Willie. Dr. Kivuva, are you in the house? Dr. Kivuva, are you in the house? I can see Dr. Kanishas, I can see the president. Okay, could somebody help me reach Dr. Kivuva? I think he's the only one I can't see. Okay, and those people controlling the system, I don't know, I can hear myself talking from somewhere. So just try and do something. It's interesting. Okay, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are entering the very, okay, I don't know how to describe this session. I don't know if it is the most interesting or exciting because we've got awards coming in, or it's a sad one because we're actually closing the symposium. And then we all have to depart and go our various ways. But either way, it is a strong closing of a 5-day event. And so I would just like to invite, let me invite the Executive Director, AATF, Dr. Kanishas Kanangire, please to come to the front. Let me invite the President, ISTRC, Dr. Sani Latif, please come to the podium. May I invite Dr. Kivuva from KALRO, Ben Kivuva, please join us here, so that we can kick off the program. All right. So my name is Nancy Mushiri, and I'll be leading you through this session. We have got 2 mini sessions within this particular session. We have the closing ceremony, and then after this, we have the award ceremony, and then we'll have finalization and goodbyes led by Dr. Emmanuel Okobenin. Okay, and I would like to take this opportunity to invite our closing speaker, the first one being Dr. Kanishas Kanangire, to take the podium. Yes.
Thank you very much, Nancy. President of ISTRC, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. Good morning. You can't hear. Okay. Yeah, I think it is a pleasure to see you at the end of 1 week, one very busy week, during which we have been sharing our experiences, but also the updates on our research in different centers and labs, and where we have also brought together the relevant technologies and innovation, which will for sure transform or contribute to transforming the agricultural sector in Africa, especially the subsector on root and tubers. I think during the week we managed to show the importance of root and tubers in the diets of sub-Saharan Africa communities, people, including the urban area, which is more and more increasing the demand on some of those root and tubers, but also showed quite well the importance that can have in improving the economic contribution, the contribution of root and tubers to the economic development of our communities, and how they can contribute to lifting many people from poverty. I want to thank very much ISTRC for having given us the opportunity of organizing this forum and in a way contribute to designing that sharing of ideas, experience, and updates that happened during this week. We have been very impressed by the quality of speakers and the research which is taking place everywhere in different labs in Africa. The exhibitors also showed us how the farmers are taking on that technology and improving their productivity, and also some at the other level adding value to the producers and improving the end product which reach the farmer, the consumer. It was also great to see how through that mechanism post-harvesting losses can be reduced. And that is one of the commendable effort made by, for example, Carlo. I saw the exhibition, Self-Help Africa, and others. I think it is good to develop agro-industry around root and tubers. I was very positively impressed by the youth representation during this week. Many presentations by young researchers, but also I was amazed by the age of one of the presenters who is still in high school and who made a presentation in one of the sessions. I think that is reassuring that as we leave space, there are people to occupy it and occupy it very well. There will not be any vacuum. My gratitude also to the government of Kenya for co-hosting this event with us. My gratitude to the local organizing committee, Emmanuel and all your team. Thank you very much for all this. And my colleagues from AATF, I thank you very much for your effort and the time you put in this. I think this afternoon you will start resting with that feeling of a successful endeavor. All the partners, I thank you very much. I think this ISTRC symposium reached its objectives, promoting the opportunity, the platform giving us the platform for networking, for strengthening our partnership, for creating synergies, especially after 3 years during which everyone was confined in his or her environment because of COVID-19 pandemic. I think it was a time to revitalize our partnership and strengthen them and create new ones. The sharing of what we have been busy on during the 3 years have been shown through different presentations. But let me say one thing which I believe will not reduce the success of this week's activity. It is not that, it is that in this type of forum, most of the time, we talk to ourselves in our own language. And the impact that we need to create depend on how that language will be broken into vocabularies and sentences that can be understood by those who will implement and scale up the findings and innovations that you have created in your different labs. So we need to work on the next level. How do we bridge the science that you are producing in your different labs to the policy, through the policymakers, the decision makers? How do we also bring it to the practitioners, those farmers, those private sector folks who are scaling up the value addition? I think that is where we need to work harder to make it possible for those other quotas to understand what we have produced, the usefulness of them, and how they can use them in their day-to-day practice of the farming business. I'm very glad too that the media during this week made a lot of production around cassava, around potato, and all those root and tubers. I think they helped us do that work of linking the science community to the farming community, to the policymakers. And the debate around the technology, including biotechnology, was quite well increased because of this conference, which you made a success during this week. I thank you very much for that. And as I said, we need to work together to strengthen the interface between what we do and the next level, so that the science and technology we have produced can reach the farmer and increase productivity, increase the food production, increase the livelihoods, improve the livelihood of many farmers, because that is what we aim. It is our vision. I want to thank you, participants, for your role and making it not only successful scientifically, but also socially. I think it was very good. We reach the time of saying goodbye and wishing each other a safe journey. It is not a very exciting thing to do after a week of interaction like this one, but it is necessary that we go back to our business and produce more, so that we meet again in 3 years and share more updates, more technologies, more innovations. Meanwhile, I think the work comes to the president of ISTRC to keep the fire burning. We need to have the flame kept alive during the 3 years through different interaction, which will lead to the big event again in the next 3 years. I wish you a safe journey. I thank you very much, and God bless you. Asante sana.
Join me again in saying thank you, appreciating the Dr. Kanisha Kanangire's speech. I think power has gone off, but we are loud enough. Thank you, sir. Dr. Kanangire allowed us as LOC to actually work through these preparations for the ISTRC. I can tell you, colleagues and friends, as you go away, the whole of AATF was involved in this process. All AATF colleagues in the house, please stand up if you're here. Just stand up wherever you are. Everybody was involved in this process. In fact, right now we only have a skeleton staff in the office just to take in any guest issues and etc. So thank you very much, sir. Allow me now to welcome our president, the ISTRC president, Professor Latif Oladimeji Sani, to come and speak to us.
Thank you very much. Oladimeji means double honor. That's the meaning of the name. Yeah. To God be the glory. We want to, on behalf of the councillors of ISTRC, the past presidents, Andrew is here, along with all of our elders, Eugene Terry. We want to first and foremost thank the government of Kenya and all the officials that have approved for the hosting of the 19th Symposium here in Safari Park through the Executive Director of AATF and the Federal Ministry of Agriculture here in this country. Equally, we want to thank all our colleagues in the AATF. It's one thing for the Executive Director to set up committee. It's another thing for you to be active and to be passionate and to also be focused that you want to have an excellent symposium, which you have actually had based on the scores that we got when we were doing the survey. So I thank all of you, including the driver in AATF. I know it's not easy. I thank every one of you for this success story that we are talking about today. I want to thank my colleagues, both senior and upcoming one, from 1CG, SIP, leadership, high tier leadership, Alliance Biodiversity and SEAT, and the scientists in those institutions for also their contributions. Equally to our colleagues for the North, Natural Resources Institute, Purdue universities, so many universities in America, they are not here, but if you look at the abstract, you see their hands are there. Michigan State University, Washington State University, all of you, we also extend our thanks to you. Ag 1, I'm not sure they will have left, but we want to thank you specifically for the team. It's a new organ, and they make sure that they attended this symposium. If you look at all other NGOs that are here, we talk of cattle relief services, we talk of Safe Air, we talk of Sahel Capital, we talk of so many other private players that are here. I also want to thank all of you. The newest complaint that we got is from Guinea. The Guinea team, can you please stand up for recognition? The Guinea team, Aissata, Mohammed, and all others, some of them, they about 5 or 6, and they attended the opening, and some moved straight to America immediately. And the CEO is based in Dubai. And just within 3 weeks of information, and he sponsored 5 people here. He said, next time, let me know ahead of time. Now it's in India. We are going to India in 2025, and we have already sent a letter to him. So thank you very much for this attendance. You are welcome as a family of ISTRC. Who next? the national and regional organizations. Caro Ekeya, Naro from Uganda, Tari Toski, National Root Crop Research Institute in Nigeria, Zambia Agricultural Research Institute, and so many that I may not be able to mention. We specifically thank you for moving on with us and making sure that we all achieve the best. My last parting words is that do not forget that no matter how successful you are, if you do not have somebody to hand over to, it's a colossal waste. Yeah, no matter how successful you are, if you do not have somebody credible, efficient, and productive to hand over to, it is a colossal waste. Either as a family, as a father or mother, either as a leader in your offices, or anywhere you are. Scientifically, if we do not have early career champions, people that will take over from us to sustain Africa and the world, don't let me go to the negative one. So let us be open. You are not the first that have achieved. Thousands of people have done it. I will not be the last. Release innovations, knowledge, techniques to the younger ones. Let them take over from us. Let them start to take over now, so that the future, you will be like Eugene Terry, who will come and be smiling and be referring to issues of 40 years ago. That is my parting word. That is my own dream. Thank you very much, and God bless.
I think that deserves a standing ovation. Could we please stand up? Let us recognize that statement. Well said, well spoken, Mr. President. We take that message personally. We take it further than here. We take it wherever we go. If you do not have someone to take over from you, you are what? So let us build each other and build those beneath us, younger than us, so that we can be smiling like who? Like who? He's not smiling. Is he smiling? He is. Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. President. Very well appreciated. It is now my pleasure to invite the representative of KALRO, the Kenya Agricultural Livestock and Research Organization, Kenya, Dr. Benjamin Kivuva, who will be speaking on behalf of Dr. Kirager and also on behalf of the government of Kenya. Thank you, Kivuva.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm speaking on behalf of Director General, Kenya Agricultural and Livestock Research Organization. He was not able to join us. He's actually handling issues to do with staff replacement so that we can amend the young ones. And I am Dr. Benjamin Kivuva. Yeah, I'm Dr. Benjamin Kivuva. I work with Kenya Agricultural and Livestock Research Organization. My responsibility, I'm in charge of crop production and seed systems. I am part of the management secretariat of CARO. And for that case, I'm representing the Director General CARO. The few remarks I'm going to make, and I think as CARO, we and as government, we appreciate the hosting of ISTRC in this country, Kenya. You understand this edition of ISTRC is coming in the midst of COVID pandemic, and as we were just coming out of it is when the LOC was formed and we started organizing. The government has really helped and supported the LOC and the leadership of the ISTRC, from the presidency, vice president who has been the chairman of the LOC, and the council who has been really advising the LOC on matters to do with the organization of this conference. So we really appreciate the support from the government, the leadership of the ISTRC, LOC, as government. And I'm sure most of us went out yesterday on the excursions. We saw some even went to the Nairobi National Park. I hope you enjoyed what Kenya has. When you got, some went to Tigon, Tigon, and they saw potato technologies. Others went to Kevis at SIP based at Kevis Muguga, and they saw sweet potato technologies. I think you have a fond memory of what you've seen in this country. And others went to Becker, and I think they really enjoyed what science can do in Becker. So in this note, I'm saying that you can go and come back. We have a lot as Kenya to offer to the scientists and the roots and tuber, so that you can better your research and what you do in your own countries. With that, then I want to take recognition of that. In this conference, we have had partnership and networking, a strong one. We have had the academia with us, National Agricultural Research Centers with us from across the continent and even beyond the continent. We have had one CNG strongly represented us here. And we had private sector, some city companies are with us. I think, and even some farmers are with us. So we have a very strong networking to improve matters to do with the root and the tuber crop research. Now, I think we have garnered a lot. We have seen presentation spanning from the crop improvement all the way to the marketing, covering the whole value chain of the three major roots and tuber crops. That is potato, cassava, and the sweet potato, and the yam, and arrowroots. So we have gathered wealth of knowledge. Now, what do we do with it? We go back to where we are based. We package it, disseminate it to the end users so that it can bring benefits to our own people and across the globe. And I think one thing I noted here is we have a mixture, and I think the president has said it well, a mixture of very experienced great minds in this area of crop, roots and tuber crop production. We have young scientists who are coming up enthusiastic. And I think this conference has ignited their resolve and the focus to better their research in the area of roots and tubers along the value chains. So I think this is one thing I've noted, and I think I want to quote, I want to talk about Dr. Terry, who in 2010, he told me in the University of KwaZulu-Natal, a short course in plant bleeding. And now I met him here, and he's still mentoring young brains. And I think this is what we need, to mentor others, upcoming young brains, so that we take ISTRC to the next level. I think this is recommendable. And well, there are many others, like Jan Law, who has really mentored me in sweet potato breeding. And I'm sure each one of us, the young scientists here, has somebody they can mention here as mentored them. This is good and recommendable. Then Well, I think let us not forget about the gala dinner and the cutting of the cake to commemorate the 19th birthday of ISTRC. I think each one of us is looking forward for the 20th ISTRC meeting. I think maybe the president will tell us where it will be, but it's an inspiration. Let's go and prepare to attend the next one. However, COVID will not give us bottlenecks. And then finally, I think as a country, Kenya, I'll say we really have benefited a lot, because if we look at our national food security and nutrition policy, if we look at our agriculture transformation and growth strategy, we are looking forward to food security, nutrition security, and enhanced income generation. And the information we have shared here, we are going to package from the various programs, sweet potato, roots and tuber crop programs, and disseminate it to better off what farmers do in this country. And at the end of it all, we see better performance in terms of food nutrition, in terms of food security and income generation. So we are very grateful as a nation. And this is not limited to Kenya. It can be implemented elsewhere in the countries represented here. So with these few remarks, let me stop there and hand over to the
Thank you very, very much, Dr. Kivuva. And please join me again in saying thank you to him. And indeed, thank you very, very much to all the supporters. Thank you to the leadership that is seated here in front of us of ISTRC, 19th ISTRC. Thank you very, very much. Let me just give a tip to the next organizers. Professor Latif, as president, has been extremely helpful. At first, we wondered what it would take, writing to him, what would happen, would he delay us? Let me tell you something. When you write an email to this man, even yesterday, I wrote an email and I wondered, where is he? He responds in no time. Very few leaders do that. Very few, please. Thank you. We appreciate that. Asante sana. Now, we will be transitioning to the next stage of this event, this ceremony. And I would like to ask our guests to please move down and maybe sit on the other side so that we can prepare the stage again for the next activity. And may I ask Josephine Mailu to kindly join me here? And may I ask the hotel colleagues to help just clear the stage? Oh, okay. Help us just clear the stage so that we have room to actually celebrate our Ds, our winners this afternoon. So this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, we have 3 main awards, 6 recipients in total. All of them are sitting here. I do not know who they are because the people who are involved in analyzing all that and coming up with those winners are here. And so I'm going to also invite them here. Professor Ateka, who is the Dean, JKU, are you JKU Art or JKU Cut? Dean, School of Agriculture, JKU Art, Kenya. Please join me here, together with Dr. Dorothy Akinyi Onyango from AATF. They were part of the technical team that led the receipt and review of whatever was presented by our young scientists. So please join me here. Josephine Mailu, also please, maybe just take your stand there. Josephine Mailu is head of HR at AATF, and she was leading the committee related to preparing the awards. So she knows how she has arranged that table. Now, the way this is going to proceed is I'm going to suggest that if you're called as a winner, please come through that, use those stairs on that side. If you're called as a presenter, please use this entry, if I may call it that, just so that since you will come and use the mic, so we don't have people crisscrossing. And then I will have Professor Ateka and Dr. Dorothy Onyango stand here where they are so they can receive and hand over. Okay? And we are going to start these awards. Professor Ateka, maybe you'll be this side. Maybe just there. Don't I will give you this. What do you want? Okay, so we will start with the first award is the Pat Cozy Prize for Young Research. And so therefore, I'm asking Josephine to do the necessary pass. Maybe before you do that, maybe just hand Onyango the mic. So let them talk to us about this, tell us how they went about it, and then we see how to move forward.
Good afternoon, everyone. We are happy to have received your abstracts. And finally, we are happy to have you here today. In this 19th ISTRC Symposium, we were graced by at least 37 posters, which are all mapped outside this room. And we had at least 90 oral presenters representing all the 11 sub-themes of the symposium. So for Pat Cozy Award, which is basically focused on the YAM research, so we were looking at the delivery of science. So how did you deliver your hard lab science to the audience? So the transition between the hard and the soft science, the content impact. What was the content impact of what you are presenting to the audience? Originality of your research, replicability of what you are doing. How did you respond to the questions and the comments that were raised? And were you audible? How are you engaging with the audience when you are presenting? So those are among the few aspects that we were looking for during the choice of this award. So with that, I would like to invite Professor to take over.
So to present this award, I call upon Dr. Edward Kanju, not present, but the winner of the best. Sorry, the presenter is Dr. Edward Kanju. Where are you, Dr. Kanju? You will come.
In the envelope.
It is a pleasure to present to you Marianne Quinn from CSIR, Crops Research Institute, Ghana. This is the part courtesy prize for the YAM-based presenter.
Claps for the winner, a woman. Thank you. Thank you, and thank you, Daktari. Asante sana. Now, the next one is the Satish Chandra Prize for Best Paper in Taro Research.
And to present this award,
so for Satish Chandra, Best Presenter on Cocoyams and Soma Taro, the choice model was the simple delivery. How clear was the science? How are you engaging with the audience? How are you communicating the science? And what was the impact on the intended beneficiaries? So the technology, the solution, the impact, and the delivery. How did you respond to questions and answer? Thank you.
and this will be presented by Dr. Andrew Westby.
Both Dr. Kanju and Dr. Westby are the ISTRC Lifetime Award Achievers 2022. So this is a great honor to the recipients.
I'm sure that happens at the Oscars as well. So I'm sure that Satish would be delighted by this. So the Satish Chandra Award for Best Presenter on Tarot goes to Mr. David Muburu from Ilri.
David Muru, Ilri, are you in the house? Oh, there you are. Can we please? Young people in the house, please recognize. Thank you very, very much, and congratulations. Congratulations, Muru, for that. The next award, it's getting hotter. The next Best Poster Award. Okay, over to you, Dr. Onyango.
For Best Poster, we were looking at the first thing was visual appeal. Self-explanatory, so we could understand the science even without you staying there to explain what you are doing. Presentability, readability, the science flows, so that when your objective is saying black soldier fly, your conclusion doesn't say white soldier fly. And then replicability. Thank you. So out of the 39 posters that we reviewed, we got at least 3.
On this category, we had three winners, number 1 to 3. And to present the award for the third position, I call upon Dr. Teresa Mwangombe, who is one of the Lifetime Award Achiever for 2022. Teresa Mwangombe.
Thank you for giving me this honor to present the best poster presentation, third position, and it goes to Helena Strom of the Institute of Agricultural Science, Switzerland.
All right. Let's appreciate her once more. Thank you very much, Dr. for the honor.
So the second prize will be presented by Dr. Janlo, who's also an ISTRC Lifetime Award Achiever for 2022. Dr. Janlo.
We have the hidden envelope here. Okay, so the second position for the best poster presentation for 2022 goes to James Indambuki from Cairo. Oh, wow. James, are you here?
Wow.
Here he comes.
Another young person. Young people, recognize. Let us. Congratulations and thank you. Thank you, Dr. Janlo. Okay, Joanne, did we get some, anyway, it's getting hotter. This is now the next one. Over to you. Over to you, Ateka.
So to the winner, this will be presented by the first Vice President of the 19th ISTRC and AATF Director of Program Development and Commercialization, and also the Chair of LOC, Dr. Emmanuel Akogbenin.
It is my pleasure to announce the first position of the best poster presentation. The winner is Dr. Evelyn N. Wasula, IITA Dar es Salaam.
Could we please stand up and honor this winner, this young lady? Let's just give her a standing ovation as she comes to get her award. Congratulations, Evelyn. Congratulations, Evelyn. Welcome, welcome.
She's from IITA Dar es Salaam.
Aha, IITA colleagues, are you in the house? Where are you? We can't see you. Are you in the house? Okay. Maybe she can give us a word or two. Evelyn, as number one, please come and make a statement. Evelyn? Let us welcome you here to just make a statement. Yeah, with a plaque. Yeah.
Evelyn.
Yeah. Let her go with her plaque there.
Okay, good afternoon all. I will take this opportunity to thank Good afternoon all. I will take this opportunity to thank the organizing committee for recognizing my work, and I'm very grateful. Just a little summary of what I presented is work on trying to test the technology of insecticides and using entomopathogens to control cassava whiteflies, which are vectors of cassava viruses. And I'm honored to receive this award because the vector section has mostly been ignored. The focus has been on breeding and other aspects. So this award will motivate me to push in the area of vector control. Thank you very much.
Thank you very, very much, Evelyn. And congratulations once more. Thank you. Thank you, Emmanuel. Okay, over to you, Dr. Teka, to the next award. This next award, the third and the last one, this is about the oral presenter award. Over to you.
So for the best presenter for oral presentation, the third position the third prize will be given by Dr. Anne Marie Bell, who is a lifetime award achiever for this year. Dr. Anne Marie Bell.
Wow, this is nice. For the best oral presentation, third position, to the Kenneth M. Igadwa and the schools team, Sci-Fund program, Cairo, Kenya. Well done. Is anybody here?
Kenneth Igadwa and the schools team, are you here? You can pick it on their behalf, Dr. Kivuva. Okay, Kenneth Igadwa and the schools team program, Cairo, Kenya. All right. Congratulations, congratulations, Calro. Congratulations to Kenneth Igadwa and the team. Okay, for the second position, I wish to call on Professor Elijah Ateka, who is the Dean School of Agriculture, JKU Art, Kenya, and is also a member of the LOC 19th ISTRC, the LOC ISTRC, 19th ISTRC. Welcome, Ateka.
Thank you very much. It's my honor to present the winner for the second position, Best Oral Presentation, and this goes to Charles Amadi from the National Charles Amadi is from the National Root Crops Research Institute, Umudike, Nigeria.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you very, very much. Congratulations, Charles Amadi. Congratulations. Okay.
So the first position will be given by the chairman, not the chairman, but actually the president of ISTRC, Professor Sani Latif.
This is a big winner. This is a big winner, if I can say that. So.
This is serious. And the first position, Best Oral Presentation, the winner is Camilo Farigas, Biodiversity Seattle Alliance, Cali, Colombia. A round of applause.
All right, could we please
Camilo.
Stand up for that? Let us recognize that win. Okay, Eugene, no. As I invite Camilo to make his remarks. Camilo, come and speak to us, make a statement. Yes, yes.
Thank you for the ISTRC and all the partners are you for this great honor. Thank you also to my team, the cassava breeding program. Really, a small part, all great team to work every day for cassava. So thank you so much for this great honor. I know really prepared, but I really appreciate and thanks for everything.
Please remain, all of you there. May I now call all the recipients? Please join this picture. All the recipients, the Patkosi, the Satish, Chandra, the winners of the poster, number 1, number 2, number 3, and the other ones. The presenters, please join so we can have a group photo with the president. Any councillors still sitting, please join this picture so that the young people can also. And may I also have the winners, the 2022 Lifetime Awardees. Please join this picture. And then we have, yes. So, yeah. Where are you, winners? Yeah. Oh, okay. That makes it even better. All right. Okay. Evelyn, take your seat of honor there. Yeah. Let's move closer to them. Okay, let's have the other winners, please. Let us see if this will work. Let's try and see if it will work. Could we have the other winners side here? Please come. Don't, let's move close. Yes, with your, yeah, come, Miss, yeah, there. Pandey, tutaweka nyingine. Haya. Let's have you sit. Please take the seat there. Could we have all the councillors? Emmanuel. The photo. Huh? Okay. All right. Do we have all the winners here with their awards? Show it off. And then we take a nice, good picture. Photographers, tell us if you can see that photo. Nice. Okay, are we done, photographers? Thank you. Let us appreciate them all one more time. Asanteni sana. Asanteni sana. May we have Dr. Ateka now to talk to us about way forward with these, the papers presented. Let's do it without falling. Sounds more powerful.
Oh, is it? Thank you very much. Mine is a very short announcement concerning proceedings of this event. We, as the LOC, have discussions with 1 or 2 publishers, and we wish to announce that there's a possibility of making a book of proceedings. And so what we are going to do is to get in touch with all those who presented their papers whether it's whether it's posters or oral presentations, for you to present to us a full paper if you are willing. If you are willing, we shall be announcing to everyone who participated, who sent us abstracts, that there is an opportunity for making a book of a book of proceedings for the symposium. The opportunity is only for those who are willing to have their paper, their full paper published as part of the proceedings of this event. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you very, very much, Professor. And to add to your announcement, the Secretariat has advised me to let all the winners know, before you leave, please go upstairs and pick up your certificates. The certificates came in a little when we were proceeding with the event, and they didn't want to interrupt because the names only got to the Secretariat just before we started. But the certificates have been printed. Please pass by and pick them up before you leave, immediately, maybe after this event. I also have a few more announcements before I call in Dr. Emmanuel Okobenin to give us the vote of thanks. On lost and found items, please check with the registration desk. Apparently, they've got some items there. If you've lost something, just check there. And then Joanne at the back. Joanne, just put up your hand so people can see you. Joanne is our digital communications person at ATF, and she has uploaded some pictures on the website, and she says you can go there for self-download. Just download the pictures from there. Okay. Then Jacqueline, the head of our secretariat, tells me to advise you, please do not leave behind any personal items. It may be a little difficult to track after the event. So just make sure you go away with your personal items so that it reduces her work or follow-up. Having said that, let me invite Emmanuel, Dr. Emmanuel Okobenin. You give us the vote of thanks, and after you, the president will come back here, please. Just come back so that you can release us to go on with the other matters other than ISTRC.
Another hand of applause for Nancy Muchiri for overseeing that ceremony. And congratulations to all the winners. Congratulations. And I think the Patkusi winner has something in addition, some cash prize attached to that. So kindly go to the secretariat. Oh, okay. Now I've been corrected that it was in the award already given. So I hadn't had that, but good. So the Patkusi award winner already has the prize. Thank you very much, Josephine, for that correction. Again, it's so short. I can't believe that we spent 5 days here. So, but again, that's a reflection of the excitement. It's been 5 days of Ruth and Tuba scientific presentation, dialogue, and networking. And it was also a time for us to celebrate our achievements and then to recognize our heroes here, especially the Lifetime Achievement awardees. We are very happy to celebrate you for your contribution. And we hope you continue to give more. And special thanks to Eugene Terry. I really like the last statement by the president to say he hopes 40 years down the line, some of the young ones who are here today shall be talking about the story of ISTRC. And then I think one of the key things that, one of the great things that has happened was the good coordination, the participation, the easy facilitation because of the cooperation of everyone who has attended this symposium. My sincere thanks to you. However, we have a long list. I don't know how I do that, but again, we must recognize the government of Kenya and for working with us, and they've really participated in the LOC. And I would like to recognize again and thank the Cabinet Secretary Representative who came here on the opening day. I would like to thank him for taking out time to open the symposium. It's I think hosting this symposium in Kenya, I'm very sure would really drive root and tuber crops. And we hope, like Lusike mentioned, it shall probably overcome maize as the major dominant staple in Kenya if we do our homework very well. I would also like to thank the ISTRC president. And just to quote George Terry, I was listening, he mentioned not long ago that he's a man that has been able to drive the society forward and has the right temperament. You know, I did mention last time when I say I don't know whether he sleeps, but he keeps sending me messages, whether he wakes up and everything. He keeps sending messages, and that made life very easy for us in the LOC. We always consulted him, and that made it very easy. Thank you, Mr. President, for your guidance. I would also like to acknowledge and to thank the advisory committee led by Eugene Terry. It was also, they gave us good guidance. We had tough decisions to make, and they were always there. And they made it very snappy. We didn't have to waste time, ponder too much on issues, and that was very useful. Like I said earlier, I repeat, it was a good learning experience working with Eugene Terry in the AC. I would also like to recognize and thank again our Executive Director, Dr. Canisius Kanenjiri, who on assuming duty got to know about this symposium and offered his utmost support to all the processes. And like I said, he was always touching base with me. Thank you, Dr. Canisius, for your full support. And I also would like to recognize Dennis Chetiri, who started this. He was the one that mobilized the team. He's not here, he's already left. And after finishing his term, he's somebody I respect so much, very patient, understands issues quickly. And immediately he was consulted. He said, we should all come on board. He's not here, but again, I want to thank him for his support at that initial stages. And then I would also like to recognize a lot of CEOs who attended this meeting. Some of them have left. They told me they have other important things to do, but again, some are still here. Thank you, Dr. Ajayi of NASC for coming to this meeting. Thank you very much, sir, for attending, and your team, and including Halid, who has playing a key role in seed system development in root and tuber crops. We need NASC. We hope NASC can be an energizer, a catalyzer for root and tuber seed system development. And I think other countries will follow as well. And then I would like to recognize the team that worked with me, LOC. The LOC really put in a lot of efforts. They put in a lot of efforts, and I can't mention all the name, but again, Ateka, who just worked with Nancy to do the ceremony we had this morning. He was very instrumental, a lot of work. Diana, who also played a key role, was also very instrumental. We thank Ben Kivuva for the link between us and Caro. We thank Andrew, who is not here. He's organizing a big conference next week, and he had indicated that, but he was very supportive. Joseph Mulema of Kabi, Lusike of Caro, Joyce Maru, and a lot of them who work with us. We are very grateful for your service in organizing this meeting. And then I would now like to thank again Claudia Osadov, especially the DG for SIP, who was always doing this meeting with AATF and the LOC in particular. He was very helpful. So the sponsors, as you know, are the 1CG, AATF, and Self-Help Project. The Next Gen also supported, and I would like to thank Professor Chedozie Gesi in absentia. He's also away due to some urgent matters, but he was here this week. Thank you all sponsors for your great work. And I would like to, even though we mentioned the CG, SIP, RIT, and SIAT represents strongly the CG in root and tuber crops. They were very supportive. And I would like to especially mention 3 people in LOC, because after the LOC meeting, they go behind and then coordinate a lot of activities. I would like to recognize Nancy. Stand up again. Thank you, Nancy. Nancy was very supportive. You know, she has a lot of responsibilities, but again, she was able to coordinate that process. I would like to recognize Sophia. Sophia, the lady who brought the dollars. Thank you, Sophia, for your great work. And then there were cases when the LOC members or the leaders were very busy, and some people stepped into that role. I would like to recognize Caleb. Caleb, can you stand up? Caleb did a lot of work around the exhibitions. Thank you very, very much. I would like to also recognize Josephine Malu. She was the one that coordinated all the security arrangements and so on. Thank you, Josephine, for a great work. And we also have Joanne. Joanne was a person who was serving this symposium and the ISTRC Global. I remember during the presentation, I can't say whether it was by Andrew Wesby, but when they mentioned the new website, it was Joanne that did all that. Joanne is always on the computer there. So thank you, Joanne. You know, they played leadership role. And one more person, if Nancy will allow me, George Archer. Where's George Archer? Maybe it's in the secretariat. George Archer composed a lot of the messages and all the things that we have given to you as speeches here. Thank you. So those were very good people. However, I know Jacqueline may not be here. Jacqueline in the backroom staff, Jacqueline, Fatuma, had to work here, multitask before heading for Europe. AATF is organizing another international meeting in Europe at this moment as I speak to you. Fatuma was doing that, so we had to split. So AATF is working in Rome right now, organizing another meeting. Thank you, Fatuma, Jacqueline, Caroline, and where is Daniel? Daniel, the man had opened this place this morning. Is Daniel here? Daniel, that is, come to the front, come to the front. Come to the front. I almost forgot Daniel. Daniel was the strong man behind, and you know, he worked very, very well with Dinah. At the point we were overstretching Dinah, and he stood. Thank you, Daniel. And I call him a utility scientist in AATF. Thank you very much. I wanted you to see him here. That's why I brought him here. Then again, all the chairs of the LOC, thank you so much for a great work done. And I forgot to mention in the AATF team another strategic group, the group I call the corporate service team. Lillian was handling the finances and so on and helping us to check. She did a fantastic job working with Sophia. Thank you, Lillian. Lillian should be somewhere now in there. Then I would like to thank again the keynote speakers, the keynote address speakers. They give very good talk here, and I think it's something we should think about. And I listened to some of them. Their address provide the roadmap into the future, and let's take what they have what they've spoken about very seriously. I think if we do, we will be making a big change to RCMB. Thank you all keynote speakers in this symposium. I will also like to thank those who gave goodwill messages, recognizing Dr. Susan Carrier of Award, and her speech was very inspirational for a female scientist, and I think we should seize on that moment to see that we help bringing gender strongly into RTB programs. Thank you, Susan Correa. She's not here. I also want to recognize the ISTRC AB president, Dr. Richardson Okechukwu. Okechukwu, can you stand up? And again, thank you very much, sir, for your work here. And I would like to thank all the AATF staff. Like Nancy mentioned, the staff were all mobilized, and then they really gave their support in organizing this. Some of them are not here right now. They have to attend to other official businesses. But again, I want to thank them for giving all their best. I think, again, this meeting could not have been successful without all the speakers, the presenters. You know, we've just celebrated the best ones, oral presentation, poster presentation. Thank you so much for coming. And all representatives from different continents, we thank you also. And then for me, I was very happy to hear that the high school students who came in here won award. I was really touched, and I think if we can catch them young, it will make it. That's the first time I will see high school people write to say they want to come to ISTRC. My sincere thanks to Kenneth again, who is not here, but they really touched, and then that was a very good development. I hope we can also invite high schools and future ISTRC. On that note, I think it can be exhaustive, but again, to thank every one of you for coming to Nairobi. We look forward to being in India, and thank you. Sorry, yeah. Again, she was here on the podium not long ago. When you mention Professor Ateka, you cannot help but mention also Dorothy. Dorothy, where are you? Can we also give her a round of applause? Dorothy was also very crucial at the time when Ateka was unavailable. She had to step in. Dorothy, thank you very much for the support. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much, our chair, the LOC chair. We appreciate your support. Now we have a very important presenter online. I am sorry, I think I didn't have that information earlier. Is she still on? This is Mrs. Alison Chandra. You remember the award that we just gave? The Satish Chandra Prize. This is his wife. And we will be listening to her. And as we do that, members of LOC, prepare to come here for a quick photograph with the president. Thank you. Over to you, Joanne and Mrs. Chandra.
Shikamoo.
Marahaba.
Congratulations to you all on this 19th ISTRC Symposium. You've all had an amazing experience and have learned a great deal from each other. And I can see that by the photographs that you've had a lot of fun as well. I would really have enjoyed being in that conga line, as would Satish. This is the first symposium since 1976 in Cali, Colombia, that Satish hasn't presented a paper, but I know he has been with you in spirit. He loved attending these symposia and was highly committed to contributing to the development and promotion of tropical root crops. And he was particularly interested in promoting and assisting young tropical root crop scientists to achieve their career goals. And I was delighted to see David Mburu accept his award tonight. That was a very special moment. So my hearty congratulations to you, David, and best wishes to all of you for another productive 3 years until you meet again in India, and travel safely. Asante-san. Kwaheri.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much, Mrs. Chandra. Please, could we just give her a standing ovation because this was a sacrifice on her side. She's been with us throughout. Now, we used to have a, I have no idea if it is still alive. If it is an old one, forgive me, but I'm not very good a politician. But it goes like this, the usual. Thank you. Thank you. And congratulations again, Muru. Now, on behalf of the first Vice President, I would just like to recognize on his behalf, Dr. Limera. Where are you? I think he did a list very quickly and forgot a number of people. So I don't know, is she in the house? Dr. Limera? Ah, there you are. Dr. Cecilia Limera. Okay, and Professor Ateka. I think you were mentioned, but just, where are you? Ah, there you are again. Thank you very, very much. Having said that, the LOC members, please come forward for that photograph so that when the president releases us, we can take our picture here, or maybe we take it before he releases us. Please, all members of LOC, come forward so that we can take a picture with the president and the members, the councillors. Please, please, please. Sophia, you're still sitting. Could we have members of LOC? Please, members of LOC. Energy. It's the last day. We have finished with the official physical meeting. Okay. All right. Okay. Abed, where are you? Names are coming in. Abed, where are you? If you can stand up for recognition. There you are. On behalf of the VP. Okay. LOC, there you. We take this picture with the president alone. Please, councillors, walk in and join us. Yes, walk in and join us. And then the ATF ED and Eugene Terry also join in. Let's take this one quickly. So 3 pictures. Okay, could we just organize us so that it's not one line? Okay.
That's okay. Thank you.
Okay, bring us 2 chairs, 3 chairs. 3 chairs, please. And so we just move back a little. 3 chairs for the president, Eugene, and the ATF ED, LOC. And could we also have the councillors joining on that in that photograph, please? 3 chairs. The AB president. AB president. And ED. Okay, I think Emmanuel. Okay, Dr. Dina Buru. Dr. Dina, before you go, please let us recognize her. She was the program. She's the one who helped put together the program. Thank you very much. Okay, I think this is now my time to invite the president, ISTRC, to please.
Please, can we give a Kenya clap to Nancy? Thank you. Thank you very much. On behalf of the councillors, we've had a very successful meeting in Nairobi. We've actually visited so many places, and we still have our lunch to take before we start to travel. I pray that all of us will reach our destination in peace. Hereby closed the 19th Symposium of International Society for Tropical Root Crops. Thank you, and God bless you. Lunch for everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you.